Thanks for joining us once again for the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media, along with Heidi Nelson, Maple Grove City Administrator. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
We've got a lot to talk about today. Some work sessions before the council meeting, also the couple days after. A short meeting, though, a 22-minute meeting, which is somewhat of a record. A lot going on in the city as we head into springtime, and so get ready for some dates for your calendar. Let's begin first with the work session on the 18th before the council meeting. Two main topics. Begin with number one, rental licensing. This is something that we've talked about in relation to the city goals. Give us some background here.
Yeah, so this was identified in our 2022-2024 goals with the council to kind of really dig into how we're doing our rental licensing program. And a lot of it is being driven by, we've had about a 30% increase in the last 5 years of the number of rental licenses. And we've seen that on a number of fronts, certainly an uptick in the development of apartments. And of course, we've looked at that and done a market study, but also now more of a transition of single family townhome condo type product to rental, which has furthered that increase. So during our goal setting session, the council talked about the potential for maybe a moratorium on new rental licenses in an effort to really take a step back and look at our program and how we're administering that. Do we want to put any other code language in place? And one of the things I think is that we're seeing is corporate acquisition of single family homes or townhomes and then transitioning them to rental. And our concern is it really takes it out of the marketplace for home ownership for families, and that's quite that's the solution. That's where people start to build wealth and move out of that rental situation. And so we're concerned about that transition. We see not only that corporate buy-up of existing housing stock, particularly at that lower end of the market, that 300 or sub 300, around $300,000 market. That's really where people can really enter that home ownership market. So that's bringing some concern, but also just new development that's coming to the table that is turning rental that might have been opportunities again for that home ownership piece. So we are, the council was supportive of kind of looking at a structure of a moratorium on those rental licenses for a period of time to allow us to do this sort of study work here and come back to them with some recommendations. And so that will likely come back to the council here late May, early June timeframe.
And my guess would be a topic, not just a Maple Grove topic.
No.
All cities facing the same situation. Yeah,
we're really seeing that influence of that corporate buy-up of kind of those more lower valued homes throughout the metro area. In particular, I think suburbs like Maple Grove, the Eden Prairies, the Woodburys of the world are really seeing that a lot of that activity. So, and then of course new development that's all rental as well. And so I think we're not alone in that. And so I think this opportunity to just take a step back and really look at how we're doing this program is kind of where the council's focus is.
All right, more to come on that process. Second work session item ahead of the council meeting on the 18th. This is a Maple Grove project, Territorial Road. We've talked about the master plan in that area, and it has a lot of elements to it. Explain that for us.
Yeah, it really does. So it's really the area kind of west of Fernbrook, north of County Road 81, up to the Dayton border, and then to our east border there, further down County Road 81 with Dayton. A lot of development interest in this area. Of course, there's development, to the north in Dayton. We have one development that connects through Dayton, but it's actually in Maple Grove, and there has been a proposal for another subdivision up there, and that one has been tabled, and that developer's kind of taking a time out, but we do anticipate they're going to be coming back with a larger plat request in that area. We have wanted to get this master planning work done for that whole area because of the development pressure that we're seeing, really to deal with, where will the parks be located, the road connections, getting those defined, and then really kind of looking at land use and making sure, we end up with what we want to see there. Big area of interest up here is a lot of historical aspects of this area with the old Territorial Road. There's the Rush Creek Cemetery is there. That's another piece. The old schoolhouse is still up there that is now an Al-Anon facility. But so we have been working on trying to, how really wanting to incorporate and emphasize those historical aspects. This is really kind of where the original, village of Maple Grove was, and how do we reflect that potentially in a park Park project. So Three Rivers Park District, also a stakeholder up there. They have, the Rush Creek Trail that would go along in that area. They own some land up there, so working collaboratively with them to kind of bring all those assets together. So good opportunity. This was joint with the City Council, Park Board, and Planning Commission to get together and provide some good feedback here. And so we've taken that, and we will come back with this master plan to the council later this spring.
Very good. We'll keep you up to date. Let's go to the meeting now on the 18th. Again, a rather short meeting, about 22 minutes long. Nothing from consent. We'll hop to the first item under the special business, and that was the police officer's oath of office. 3 wonderful officers.
Yeah, and they of course have now completed their field training and so are out on solo patrol, and so great to have them added to our team. Officer Autumn Frang, Daniel Smith, and David Gordon have joined the ranks there, and so nice event, and their family in to celebrate that and pin their badge and whatnot. So good addition to the department.
Congratulations and welcome. Next item was a public hearing related to the Main Street Rehab project. We've talked about this multiple times and has many parts to it as well. Tell us a little bit about the conversation going into that night and what was decided.
Yeah, so this is really the segment of Main Street, kind of the downtown area from Elm Creek Boulevard up to Arbor Lakes Parkway. It also includes the kind of the common area out in front of like 3 Squares, Riviera Maya there, kind of on that north side of that block. But it's really kind of those main 3 blocks of downtown. So this is a project we've been working on for quite a while in terms of planning. We did some community engagement visioning for that, and then also working, several different property owners up and down that corridor and wanting to make sure that they were on board and supportive of the project. And I think everyone can kind of, as you walk up and down Main Street, see that there's some need for reinvestment there. And so we were happy to be able to work collaboratively with the property owners. Half of the road cost will get assessed out to them. So similar to what we do in our street maintenance projects in our neighborhoods, we'll be picking up that half. And then there were some common elements of the plan that were probably more city driven, and so those are some things that the city will be picking up as well. So this was the public hearing for this project, and that'll go forward now. We do think the part of the construction on the very south end, kind of that Main Street, Elm Creek Boulevard, that block, that'll get going this spring before Maple Grove Days. We'll take a pause. We want Maple Grove Days to function fine, and then we'll get going again with the balance of that project after July. So working with the property owners in terms of how, entrances to the businesses will occur, because we're talking building edge to building edge here. We're going to get those sidewalks and that street section as well. So some pretty impactful work, but hopefully we can, we have the benefit of kind of that rear access there and the parking to the back. So we'll be working through that with the property owners as well.
So key at this point to get out and to support those businesses through spring and summer, right? Make sure you stop by and encourage them and buy a few things as the process goes along here. Now to staff reports from the meeting, and the first is Community and Economic Development. Planning Commission coming up on the 25th. What's on the agenda there? Yeah,
so we'll be looking at the Homestead Corners project for some facade improvements there. This is, maybe folks don't know the name of that little mall, but it's sort of at the southwest corner of Elm Creek Boulevard and Weaver. JC's is on the end there. So some new ownership here, and they're looking to make some facade improvements, sort of update the look of that mall. So Planning Commission will get a look at that on the 25th.
All right. Engineering, Public Works. The big news now is hydrant flushing. Tis the season?
Yes, yeah. Street sweeping, hydrant flushing, we're getting after all of it here. So you might see that happening in your neighborhood. And Ken did take note that, the water treatment plant certainly helps us out here. We don't have, so much sediment in the pipes that gets flushed through with hydrant flushing. It's a lot better. Water treatment certainly helps that process, so we were grateful for the council support for that.
Cleaner process all the way around. All right, administrative items, you had a couple updates. First is the Board of Appeal. This is coming up when, and I expect you will have an audience. So the opportunity to present their appeal was at our last meeting, and we call this our reconvene. So folks are certainly welcome to attend, and so the opportunity for the council to kind of get the information from the assessor's office now on those appeals, and then make a decision about where those valuations should be set. So reconvene meeting April 26th, Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the chambers, and
I think we're up to about 190 appeals this year, which is certainly a record. And again, we're not alone in that.
Right.
You know, we've just seen, you know, market values really increase due to the, you know, the strength of not only the housing market, but the industrial market, apartments, those kinds of things as well. So kind of across the board. So that probably will be a longer evening as well as they work through that. We probably have about 50 of those properties that have come to agreement with the assessor's office.
Okay.
So council probably working through about 150 properties or so that evening.
All right, very good. Survey time. It is survey time once again. We previewed this a few times in recent meetings that we've got together, but let's talk a little bit about the survey, what people I understand are now already seeing,
Yep.
and then what is coming up for everyone to participate.
Yeah, so our community survey is out. You should have, if a number of residents might have received a mailer in their mail requesting them to complete the survey, and that's part of that kind of random survey piece, the statistically significant data piece of this. So if you've received that in your mail, we do encourage you to participate. You can go online to complete that as well. And if you have questions, Michael Patson, our administration department, can help with that, and I think his information is on that letter. So that's that piece that's underway at this time, and then soon we're going to be putting up on our website kind of the opt-in piece. So folks that maybe didn't get selected for the random survey can go on and provide some feedback and input there, and it's really important for us to hear from residents. We haven't done our survey now since 2016. We had advanced it the last time for the comp plan, and now, you know, pandemic delayed it a little bit, so we're out now and asking for that feedback, and we really do use this to kind of try to help guide, you know, what are the issues that we need to address and what's really important to residents in the community. So ask for people's participation.
Yeah, watch for that. Participate if you can. Final note was you're keeping an eye on the Capitol. Things happening at the Capitol on a little quicker basis now. What is the latest? Yeah,
they're back from spring break there, and so we did have a hearing on Tuesday afternoon on the Senate side in the Transportation Committee for the balance of our 610 funding. So we continue to advance that project. Kind of, you know, probably this is our last hearing maybe for the session. I would think, I'm not sure the House is going to hear specific projects on the transportation side, but we've, you know, we had hearings on our community center bill, the sales tax exemption for the regional training facility for law enforcement. So this probably gets us in all the hearings. So we'll just continue to monitor those bills and work with our lobbyists down there to keep things moving forward.
So that is the wrap-up of the meeting from the 18th. Again, about 20 minutes long, a lot of information packed into a short amount of time, but the council was not done. Some more work to be had as this week went along, and there were some work sessions on the 20th. Tell us about both of those. Yeah,
so kind of a busy time of the year. We do try to get, you know, we try to get a lot of things done in the fall, and then a lot of things done in the spring, so that maybe we don't have to have so much time in the summertime. But 2 work sessions. One was a closed session with regard to Lifetime Fitness that was held on the afternoon of the 20th, and then we also interviewed 2 finalists for HR director position. So looking forward to bringing that appointment forward at the May 2nd meeting.
Very good. All right, let's hop now to some things happening around the city. Get your calendars out. We've got a lot to talk about as far as dates coming up, especially in that early part of May, late part of April. Begin though with a recognition for the police chief. This is wonderful.
Yeah, so Chief Werner has served as the president of the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association for the past year. They had their conference up in Duluth in early April, and he passed the torch after a very busy year of service. You know, so much going on in the world of law enforcement at the legislature and in various communities, and we've certainly had a lot of activity up here in the Northwest Metro talking about kind of the increase of crime in the suburbs, and he's been a vocal part of those discussions. And so, you know, and this is in addition to everything else that he's doing for the city. And so really want to recognize his service. I think we all feel we have a role, you know, in the greater good of our professions and for the state and for the region. And so, you know, from time to time, folks are asked to step up and serve, and he did in great style. So congratulations to the chief on a great year of service, and we appreciate it, and we're happy to have him back in the chair a little bit more at City Hall.
Are.
So yeah, it was a good year.
Let's talk about job openings. It's again the time for a lot of those spring, summer jobs to be available at the city, and you are still in need of some help.
Yeah, so we have a lot of seasonal positions available in Public Works and Park and Recreation. All of those things are available on our website. And just of note, we have tweaked our salaries a bit to try to be more competitive in the marketplace. So if you're in search for a summer opportunity, give us a look.
All right, maplegrovemn.gov, the website to go to find out more about those job opportunities. And a lot of the events we're going to mention, here's event number 1 to get on your calendar. We've talked about it in the past. The Community Forum on Race, 9th annual event. That's coming up on Thursday the 28th at 6:30. Again, give us a little background on where will this happen. Yeah,
so this is an online event again this year, Thursday, April 28th, 6:30. It's a free event, but you do need to register online through an Eventbrite system. The registration's available on our website as well as our social media links, and everyone is encouraged and invited to participate. The event includes a youth-led discussion on the impacts of race and racism in our community, and then there will be breakout sessions as well for folks where you'll go into a small group for some discussion. So this is a cooperative event with cities of Maple Grove and Brooklyn Park, our school districts, some other nonprofit agencies. So nice community event coming together.
Yeah, please get involved if you can. Summer registration, time to look ahead for some of the youngsters and everyone in town to get involved with activities. What are some of the key dates to remember?
Yeah, so our summer registration for Parks and Rec programs starts next week, April 26th for the senior programs, April 27th for general programs, and then April 28th for swim lessons. So lots of opportunities coming up here. The full activity guide, of course, is available on our website at maplegrovemn.gov. And then there is a new senior activity guide, the 55 Forward program, and that just is kind of a separate program for all of our senior programs, senior happenings, events, and programs. Paper copies can be mailed. There's a small fee, $1 for that mailing, or you can pick them up at the community center or at the senior center there for free.
Yep, a lot of activities going on for that age group, so get involved. All right, we've been anticipating the outdoor market, and it is coming soon. What's the date for our calendar?
So the opening day of our outdoor market is Thursday, May 12th, which is just a couple weeks out. Hours are from 3 to 7 at the community center out in the parking lot.
All right. Fitness in May is something that is rewarded in a way through the county, through Step To It Challenge. What is that event, and how can Maple Grove residents have some fun?
Yeah, so Maple Grove residents can sign up now for the Hennepin County Step To It Challenge. It's a free 4-week activity, runs for the entire month of May, designed to get us up and moving, especially after this long winter. And hopefully by May 1 we'll turn into what might look like spring. You can participate as an individual or compete with friends and family to see who is the most active. And it just logs your daily walks or any other physical activity, and you can sign up on steptoit.org.
All right, gardening, washing dishes, all sorts of fun things are considered in that, so find a way to get involved. All right, May 7th, a huge date in the city of Maple Grove, a lot going on. What's first in the morning?
Yeah, so we have the Walk to Remember, and this is put on by the Maple Grove Friends of the Angel organization. It's the 12th annual Walk to Remember, Saturday, May 7th, up at the Arboretum, which is home, of course, to the Angel of Hope statue. The event is a time to remember loved ones and kicks off with a program at 10 a.m. followed by the walk. And you can find more details about that at friendsoftheangel.org.
All right, and then in the afternoon, get ready to celebrate the outdoors in the city. It's Arbor Day, and a lot of celebrations. When and where?
Yeah, so the Arbor Committee is excited to bring back this event in person this year. Saturday, May 7th from noon to 3 at the Community Center. They're bringing back a lot of the old standards, U of M Raptor Center, the Reptile and Amphibian Zoo. We'll have lots of tree and garden advice, buckthorn and emerald ash borer, which we see progressing in the community, and then kids activities and prize giveaways. So nice activity for May 7th in the afternoon.
All right, let's talk beautifying the city in a number of ways here. First, volunteer opportunities to get involved, and then ways for you as a homeowner to maybe get rid of some things. So first, volunteer opportunities. How can we help the city clean up and look great?
Yeah, so Park Cleanup Day, volunteers are needed on Tuesday, May 10th from 4 to 8 p.m. at various parks in Maple Grove. You can sign up as an individual or as a group. Activities like weeding, mulching, planting, trash pickup, raking. And then we also have our ever famous boulevard planting. And volunteers are needed for that on Thursday, May 19th, and then Saturday, May 21st from 9 to 1 to help plant the flower beds along Weaver Lake Road and Elm Creek Boulevard. And again, that's something you can sign up as an individual, as a family, or as a business, you know, to get out and do some volunteer activity. We do provide all the supplies for that, so it's really, we're just looking for
a little muscle, right?
A little, muscle for the day. And you can check out the website, the city website, or call over to the community center to get information about how to sign up.
All right, second part of cleaning up is cleaning up around the home, and you have some opportunities here both at your home and then taking things somewhere. Tell us about the details.
Yeah, so our cleanup days are coming up here. Option 1, curbside pickup. So this is where we pick it up at your house, Monday, May 16th. City crews pick up appliances and tires from residents' home. We do need to have advance arrangements made for that, so you can give a call to Public Works or check out the website for that information.
Good.
And there are sometimes a fee associated with whatever it is that we're picking up, and you can get that information there. And then cleanup day, this is the drop-off day, Saturday, May 21st. Residents can dispose of items from 8 to noon up at the Public Works facility. And again, information on the website about what we accept those days.
All right, great chance to get involved there. All right, the yards are firming up a little bit out there, and maybe the snow's done.
Yeah,
we'll
I think
see
so.
about that.
I'm calling
but
it done.
Means yard waste time, so people
Yeah.
are raking up things in the yard.
Yeah.
Where can they take them in Maple Grove?
Yeah, so the yard waste site is opened April 1st, so we have that available for residents for grass clippings, leaves, other yard waste are accepted. Residents are just reminded to bring their ID, and then there's no cost. MapleGroveYardWaste.com for the hours and location.
Sounds good. All right, last couple items. Let's look way ahead. How about some summertime talk here with Maple Grove Days? But one activity that is around that Maple Grove Days and a cornerstone of it really starts to kick in right now. That's the Ambassador Program. How can people get involved there?
Yeah, so the Maple Grove Ambassador Program, they are accepting applications to be an ambassador through May 1st. It is for young women ages 17 to 21 who work, go to school, or have graduated from Maple Grove or Osseo Senior High School. And they have more program details available at maplegroveambassadors.com.
All right, and Maple Grove Days itself, get your calendar out for July 13th through the 17th. That is the time that fun returns. What are some of the things that are coming back?
Yeah, so I think this year is going to look a lot like pre-pandemic. So we're really excited to get back to normal here. July 13th through the 17th, so the same type of activities in the past. The parade on Thursday night, fireworks Saturday night, lots of music and food, fun activities, the Business Expo, and I know they're trying to do a little bit more over at Central Park as well as on the community center and our campus there in the downtown as well.
And the other key is there's some great volunteers that spend a lot of time behind the scenes making this happen, but they're always in need of more, so certainly they can go to the MGCO site to find that out.
Yeah, mgco.org, lots of information there. I was just on their website the other day poking around, and it's really well organized, a nice site, lots of information you can get there about volunteer opportunities and about, of course, the upcoming Maple Grove Days event.
Yeah, and some of those opportunities day of, just a few hours, or some might be a little bit longer, so take a look and see how you can get involved. Heidi, thanks once again for all the information and
You're
an
welcome.
update of what's happening in the city. Let's leave you with the next council meeting date. In case you're interested, it is Monday, May 2nd, 7:30 at the Government Center. Phone number at the bottom of the screen, but again, right in the middle, you see the website there, maplegrovemn.gov. Great place to find out about the activities that are going on and some of the other information from the council meeting. For Heidi Nelson, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on the Maple Grove City Report.